Stephen Curry and Golden State Warriors must be sick of NBA officiating. Stephen Curry was selected 7th overall in the 2009 NBA draft by the Golden State Warriors. Curry, an undersized point guard from Davidson University, arrived with a reputation as a baby-faced assassin and marksman from beyond the three-point line. Curry would go on to win 4 NBA championships and lead the Warriors to the NBA Finals 6 times in the next decade. He's also won 2 league MVPs, is a regular All-Star and All-NBA pick, and capped off his career with a Finals MVP earlier this year. The odd plans to limit Stephen Curry's productivity on the court have grown alongside his game with the Golden State Warriors. The schemes Curry faces night after night are as bizarre as their descriptions: box and one, double teams, triple teams, and worse. And when he comes off a screen or drives to the rim, his body regularly takes a pounding as opposition teams attempt to combat his incredibly efficient scoring. Curry's counter to this defensive insanity he faces on a nightly basis: countless hours in the weight room and a relentless work ethic, improving his shooting range from half-court and beyond. On Tuesday night, in Golden State's loss to the Milwaukee Bucks, Curry was assessed a technical foul for a display of frustration directed towards a referee. As is so often the case, Curry and the Warriors were left disappointed by an egregious non-call that would have sent him to the free throw line. Suffering a blow to the head on a made three-point attempt, Curry was knocked to the floor and yet nothing was called. With an unrepeatable narrative, Curry removed his mouthpiece and made the official aware he wasn't pleased. The curious aspect of the sequence was the player who delivered that blow to Curry's head asked him if he was all right. The front office and Steve Kerr's coaching staff have complained vigorously over the years about the biased officiating directed at Curry. Adam Silver and the NBA front office have levied heavy fines to the Warriors in support of their referees and the lack of objectivity and obvious bias against what many now consider as a top 5 player of all time. Fans of the game and Curry's teammates have seen enough. During the David West and Andrew Bogut era, the Warriors took the inequitable treatment of Curry and corrected the problem themselves. Setting career-ending screens and using physicality, the message was sent: you try to hurt our guy, and you will pay a price you cannot afford. West and Bogut's remedy has been passed down to Kevon Looney and Draymond Green, and it should be passed further down to the youthful but physically strong bodies of Jonathan Kuminga and James Wiseman. Once Curry returns from a shoulder injury he sustained against the Indiana Pacers on Wednesday, it's time to send another message to the league that this can't be tolerated. Not to go all doomsday here, but if the Warriors pull into mid-January 6 or 7 games under .500, or worse, their margin for error is going to turn razor-thin in an obviously deep well. Even at 14-15, is they are only 3 losses out of a top 4 seed at the moment. Things are tightly packed. So, in that sense, there's a scenario where the Warriors come out of Curry's absence not that much worse. Again, they're a downright bad team without Curry. Jordan Poole is now the only realistic playmaker and he's going to have to play huge, but that strips the second unit of its lone playmaker. Andrew Wiggins, who has been cleared to return to practice after missing the last 5 games with an adductor injury, needs to get back ASAP. Curry has been the best fourth-quarter scorer in the league. Who's going to get buckets down the stretch should the Warriors even find a way to keep some of these games close? Indeed, questions abound. It's not quite panic time for the Warriors, but it's getting close. Not much else can go wrong. This is what happens when you put yourself in a hole in the first place.